There we go. Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, Brenda.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have a good holiday?
We did. Yes, it was fun. My son chooses to dress for the holidays.
Okay.
And so hang on, I've got a speaker going crazy here. Every
And
time.
that's live, everybody.
Yeah. And so this year he wore a sweater vest.
A sweater.
Yeah. A
Okay.
Christmas sweater vest.
Oh my. So we went the ugly Christmas sweater route, huh?
But it's sleeveless. I mean,
Oh, that's all he wore? Okay. Okay.
yep.
Oh, is this
That
RJ
boy.
or Perry?
RJ.
RJ. Oh my Lord. Oh.
Yes. Anyway, so
Well,
do you
we
have
had
any
the girls here for the holidays. That was really nice to have both of them here. You know, since Jenny's in college and Christina's a teacher, they both had, that whole break off.
Oh
So,
gosh.
so I haven't been here on YouTube for a couple weeks. Thanks everyone for giving me a little bit of time off there. Yeah, just with them home, I really wanted to just be able to spend time with the girls. I don't get that very often, especially both of them. So we did. We had a great time, lots of laughs and good traditions and all that. So it was a lot of fun. But it's good to be back.
It is. It's good to be back into a routine. So
Yeah.
any resolutions?
No.
No.
Well, I guess I could, oh no, this is the year I'm gonna lose weight and get healthy. But I had a donut for breakfast, so that resolution's out the window. No, I didn't this year, I guess. What about you?
I don't, but I did decide I wanted to do read my Bible in a year. Now
Good for you.
Well, I tried that last year and I got to day 8.
I know I've tried that one in the past. And boy, if they just start at Genesis, I'm dead in the water.
I'm telling you, you know what I did though? I decided I put it in my planner as an appointment every day.
Okay.
Because I get distracted so easily.
So do you get a pop up, a notification telling you to do it?
No, I just have it. No, I have like a written planner. I have the Stampin' Up! Planner because I'm a writer.
I would have to have Alexa give me a note. Oh, shh. I said her name. I cannot say her name.
Yeah, so there's that.
Tell her.
Anyway, super excited about what you have for us today.
Oh, I know. It's going to be great. I'm excited to share it. Shall we get started?
Yes.
All right, here we go, my friends. Let's head over to my table. You guys know, actually, last year was the first year I started offering you a free tutorial or a free download with my projects. I thought, I'll give it a year and see what people think. You have spoken. You love the free downloads. So I'm going to continue doing those for you. And, I've changed them and tweaked them over the years. And in fact, now I give you a QR code so you can get back to the video if you need to. You can just click on it as well. If you're in your computer, you can click on it. You can click there so you can order supplies and see everything. This is the one for today's project. And this is a little get well soon gift. Oh, before I get too far, I got to tell you guys, I had a typo. In your DSP and in your crumb cake, it was 2 3/8 by 3. My friends, I'm sorry, that should have been 2 7/8. Bad on my part, so I apologize for that. But let me show you what we're going to make. We're going to make this sweet little get well soon gift. So we got our tissues, we have to have those, and we have some teas. My next door neighbors who we're really, really good friends with, I mean, her kids are my kids and my kids are her kids. They all got COVID. And so I thought I'm going to make them these little fun gifts. Here on the back is where I can write my message. And it was just a fun way to send a little take care of yourself. And guys, I got a masculine version because, like I said, my neighbors, they all got COVID. So I needed one for Tony and I needed one for everybody else. So we're going to create this fun little packet. I think it's going to be a really fun one for you to do. And sadly, we have the flu going around and we have pneumonia and we have COVID. And so, yeah, we're going to make this fun little project. The good news is it doesn't take a lot of supplies. And we kind of like that, don't we? I'm going to be using Tahitian Tide. Love this color. And, a great one. We want something bright and cheery. Let me give you some measurements real quick. This piece here is a 3 by 8 1/4. I have scored it at 2.5 and 3 inches. So you can see that's kind of the base of my little holder. I've got a strip here. This is a 1 by 7.5, and I did some scoring here, 1 3/4 and 2 1/4. And I did that on both sides. So 1 3/4 and 2 3/4. And that is going to act as a holder to hold everything in, okay? This last little piece is just a background for my sentiment, and this is a 1 1/8 by 2 1/8, all right? Tahitian tie. Of course, you can use whatever colors you want. We're going to add some designer series paper. Of course, tea went along with my theme today. This is from the Tea Boutique designer series paper, and that is a 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. That's the one where I told you 3. But the good news is if you cut it to 3, if you end up doing this later, you're just going to just take that little hair off. But 2 7/8 will be much better. We've got just a little bit of basic white. And this is going to be, this one is here for the back where you're going to write your message. So if you're using a light enough cardstock that you don't need this, you can skip this piece of cardstock. But this is a 2 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I have 2 pieces here that are 1 by 2. So these we're going to use for our sentiment and for our cute little tea tag. All right. Super easy. All right. The other thing we are going to use today is our very best trio punch. This one was in our mini catalog for the holidays, but it did carry over. So you can still get this one. So we're going to be using that. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and start with that. We're going to use this angled piece right here. I'm going to tuck my white cardstock in here, and it's just going to give me a nice little tag punch. I'm going to flip it over and do that there on the other side. And now let me bring in my Tahitian ties. So you can see this is the end that had the folds, you know, or the pocket. We're going to get this top section. And so we'll get one side, flip it over, and we'll get the other side. When you're doing this, guys, make sure you're getting it all the way in there and you're up against those guys. We want to make sure this is good and straight. And now you can see when we do that, look, it fits perfect. We love that. I love it when I don't have to overthink it, and that punch does a lot for me. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's do our stamping next, shall we? Let's do some stamping. I'm going to bring in my grid paper. So the stamp set we're going to use today is Cup of Tea. I know it's not one of the new ones. I should have picked something from the new ones, but you know what? This tea set was so perfect for what I needed to do. The new catalog did just come out today. And so I know a lot of you are excited to see some new things, but don't worry. I'll be back and I have lots of new for you. This Take Care of Yourself was just beyond perfect for this project, right? And we're going to use the teacup and the little tea tags and different things in this one. You can use the bundle, but my friends, the only thing we're actually going to use is this little tea bag label, and you could fussy cut this if you wanted to. So if you don't have the bundle, don't worry, you can still make this project no problem at all. 2 ink pads today, Starry Sky and Tahitian Tide. So that's nice. We don't have to have a lot there. Let's go ahead and start with this Tahitian Tide. And we're going to bring in this really great leafy image from the Cup of Tea. And can you see this is the inside of this pocket? And so really, I'm just kind of doing this so I can fill it in and it's not just plain blue. You know, let's give it a little something. You don't need a lot down here because all of this is going to be hidden. So as long as we get that area there. Now let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in both of these pieces of my basic white so we can stamp my sentiment and my tea bag. So Starry Sky. And on one of these, I'm going to stamp, oh, I guess we better go this way with it. 2 tea bags. Ooh, tight fit, Connie. That's okay, as long as it fits, right? And then we're going to take the sentiment, Take Care of Yourself. Oh, you guys are all wishing everyone a happy new year. I love that. Hey, Michelle wants to know where I got the magnet sheets. Get this. You're going to love this. I got them at Lowe's. They are magnetic vent covers. So go where they sell vents and you're going to see these. It's a 3-pack and I could cut them in half. They were super cheap. And so, yeah, I basically got 6 out of a package. So that was kind of nice. So, yeah, check that out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the last for these tags. And we're going to use this little sentiment. It's time for tea. And we're going to do that in the Tahitian tide. It's time for tea. Now we'll bring in, let me set those off to the side for just a minute. Now we can work on the big tag here. And we're going to come in with the cup. And I think I'm going to do this one in Starry Sky. Shouldn't have closed that one up just yet. And we're going to stamp this, my friends, right down here at the bottom. A lot of room still to write your message. So no fears here. There's also a great little flower in this set. And I'm just going to add a few kind of going up the side here. Now this is a Connie thing. It is a Connie thing, but those, I got to grab my pen. Those dots being white in the center of the flower drives me crazy. I'm just going to take a ballpoint pen. This is actually one of those gel pens. And you could use your, basic black marker or a dark stamp and blend, but, sometimes we use what's handy. So I think that just looks a little bit better, don't you? All right, so we kind of fill that in. So that's going to be for the back. And I don't want to adhere this down just yet because I want to go ahead and add my, I don't know what to call this. I guess it's it's basically creating a box, Veronica says, I get all my vet cards at Mainers. We don't have those here. But yeah, any home improvement store, typically you can get those. But yeah, they are awesome. That's how I store. And then I store all of these. In fact, I have some videos on my craft room organization. So if you ever wanted to learn how I organize mine, you are welcome to go check that out. All right, so I scored, increased all my score lines there with my bone folder. So you can kind of start to see how this is going to go together, right? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to add my adhesive here. And by the way, this won't show, but I'm going to center that up on that score line. And I'm not pressing anything down. You guys know me. In fact, I was telling Brenda before we started, I said, oh my goodness, I made this before the holidays. I hope I can remember how I made it. So fingers crossed, give me a little grace if I don't get things quite right. I'm going to add adhesive here. Don't put it on this area. That's the box part, okay? So that we're just going from that score line. And guys, all of this is going to be hidden. But what you want to do is line up the bottom, make sure that's good and flat. And then you can just bring this around. And you know what? I didn't quite get that right. So let's try it this way. I just want to make sure that's flat. Well, okay. My eyes, my hands, it's probably the sugar from that donut I had, my not going to make that New Year's resolution donut. God bless those of you who really want to lose weight. I do too, but I just don't know if it's going to be in the cards for me. You guys know little Debbie, she's kind of my best friend. So, all right, we're going to add this other one right here. You guys know me. I probably made that 10 times more difficult than I needed to. Look, I did because it's crooked. Oh, well. It's all good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, since we've got that down, I can now add the back of my project here. Now, I want to get a little heavy with the adhesive down here at the bottom because I've got that bulk of that backing right there. And I want to make sure it holds down really, really good. All right, we will add this right here. So we were talking earlier on our on the comments and things here in the video, and we were talking about my newsletter came out today. And in fact, if you missed the newsletter, if you'll scroll back through the comments, I did share a link to it. But I shared a photo because I did holiday baking. It's what we do. And I did some holiday baking this year. And my KitchenAid has a stir. You know, if you have a KitchenAid, you know it's got a stir setting. Well, my stir setting suddenly decided to become faster than the speed of light. And powdered sugar went everywhere. I was covered, absolutely covered in it. It was horrible. And so my KitchenAid died. But the funny part of the story is that I decided to try to fix it myself. And I came over here to YouTube and I said, hey, YouTube, teach me how to fix this. I did not fix it. Nope. In fact, I'm going to come over here so I can tell you this story. I did not fix it. I took the whole thing apart. And guess what happened? It wouldn't even turn on. So in my attempt to fix it, I killed it. So it's all good because Santa brought me another one for Christmas. Thank you, Santa. So yeah, I powdered sugar and we became very close. All right, as you can see, we are going to take that die and we're going to die cut these two tags. Now, I did tell you, if you didn't have the tags, my friends, this one is so easy to fussy cut. I mean, it's pretty straight lines. So feel free to fussy cut it, but here's the thing you have to keep in mind. We're going to be adhering these together. So you do want to make sure that you're kind of cutting them and fussy cutting them to the same size, if that's what you're going to do, because we have two of these. And so I'm going to come in with some baker's twine. This is the Starry Sky. We have a great collection of all the in color baker's twine. So this is the stripe. This is the Starry Sky. I got a piece about 4 inches here. And what I want to do is put some adhesive on the back of my T tag. I'm going to go ahead and put it on both of them because I really want to make sure this is going to stay together. And I'm going to just sandwich these tags together. Okay, and now they're going to stick to me. Let's see. What do you got? Oh, and there's Brenda and Kathy are talking about there's a book. You guys are, oh, and Sue was saying she uses the one from Stampin' Storage. So you guys must be talking about how you're storing your dies and things. That's awesome. You know, storage and organization is my cup of tea. No pun intended. Okay. All right. So you can see we just sandwiched our little tag right there. I'm actually going to adhere that on the back of this designer series paper. So you just want to kind of eyeball, you know, where it's going to go. There's no right or wrong here. I do want to get heavy with the adhesive right around here because, and I could even add this with Stampin' Dimensionals to make sure that I have that T-tag really stuck down. But, you know, there's a lot going on this project. So I think I'm just, oh, don't let your T-tag stick. All right. And we will add that. Remember, guys, this is the one that I said should have been 2 7/8, not 3 inches. I'm going to give that a good press. There we go. There's my little T tag. I've got my little take care of yourself. Again, adhesive or Stampin' Dimensionals, but definitely go heavy on the adhesive. Make sure you get plenty on there. That's going to go right here in the middle. So there's my little T tag hanging down. Now we're going to take another piece of that baker's twine. I made a tiny, tiny little bow. And let's add that with a mini glue dot. Now, when I do baker's twine, I have to take those mini glue dots and roll them in a tiny little ball because the little knot in that baker's twine is awfully little. So I'm going to add that right up here on the corner. Like I said, I'm trying to make that little glue dot as tiny as I can. Let's add, I don't know, is there just anything more precious than a little tiny bow? All right, guys, we're getting there. Now let's fill it. So I have got 3 tea bags. You could do 2, whatever color. You know me. I'm more about the color than I am, what kind of tea it is. All right, so I'm going to slide my tea inside there, and I'm going to show you my little tissue trick. So I got a couple tissues because, when you're sick, you need a tissue. Okay, I'm going to put 2 tissues, and I'm just going to put them kind of ski-wampus there. I'm going to grab the center and run it through my fingers, and it's going to make it pretty. And we will tuck that right in the back, and it's all pretty and fluffy. I've got a place here to write my message. I've got tea. I've got tissues. I'm telling them, take care of yourself. So a really fun little gift. Let me show you another one, because I told you I had to do one for Tony because he's a guy. And so he's not going to want cute little teacups. So this is my masculine one. Now listen, it's not over the top amazing or anything. I kept it simple. This one, I used the stamp set Wildlife Wonder. This is one of Brenda's favorites, by the way. She loves this one, and I see why. It's easy. It stamps great. The wolf, the owl, the To a Great Guy. The sentiments in here are fabulous. It really is a good set. So for this one, I just stamped the wolf. But look, I didn't want to say To a Great Guy when you're sick. So I came back in with the Take Care of Yourself from the tea set. And I stamped that. Let me show you the back. I just stamped the owl there in the corner. And I have plenty of room. But can you see this? This nice rough texture. Let me show you what I did. Well, first, let me stamp it for you real quick. I'm going to do that in some early espresso. Brenda just said, yes, I love that set. Yep, it's a favorite of hers. Okay, let's stamp the wolf down here in the bottom right corner. Look at the detail. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. I love just the realism in that one. Now, I'm going to show you how I did my little trick for roughing this up. I'm going to take my scissors and open them up. You can do this with, if you've got some scissors do we all have a pair of junk scissors? I mean, I know I do. I probably really should not be doing this with my good ones, but I will tell you, with this technique, I'm just running my scissors. Can you see that? I love to do this on masculine cards. Sorry, guys, I don't know what it is. When it comes to your cards, it's got to be torn up and rough, and it's just what we do. But I'm going to do that to all 4 sides. Now, heads up, you're going to end up with some little fuzzies. So I'll get rid of those. Let me, there we go. In fact, let me kind of zoom in so you can see. Yeah, it just gives really great texture. And I want to show you, whoops, wrong way, Connie. Let's zoom out. So on this one, I did this on the edges of the backside as well. Again, it's just not really the kind of project that you want nice, clean. And I chose early espresso crumb cake. And let's see. Oh, I just used that same leaf there on the inside. And I used some green super Irish breakfast teas. And, anything goes when it comes to the tea. And we can tuck our tissues in there. So, yep, Tony can blow his nose. I don't know. I doubt anyone would really use these tissues. I think they're more for showing than blowing. But that is how we are going to create a really fun thank you. This is going to be nice for coworkers, we just always have somebody who could use just a little pick me up. Sometimes all you want to say is, I'm thinking of you. That's really what it's all about. A card can do it too, but these little gifts are awfully fun. My friends, let me tell you what we're going to make on our next live. Okay, so sadly, we just did get wells. Now let's do some sympathy. Boy, Connie, you're just full of pep and cheer in 2023. We do need those sympathy cards. And what I loved about these cards when I created them, 5 minutes and I was done. I mean, this is a quick and easy card. We're going to be using those great big detail dies. Do you guys have these and go, oh, just don't know what to do with them? But can you see how it's popped? So it's got this really great dimension. And by the way, this doesn't have to be sympathy. I think this would make a gorgeous wedding card. I did one for the guys. So I just did that in kind of a smoky slate. And this one I did with vellum. So I'm going to teach you guys how to create some very simple, quick cards. This is another card that you could just make the outside of the card and leave this off and add whatever sentiment you want when you need it. But who couldn't use some great, simple, elegant cards to start off the year with, right? So that's what we're going to be making. That is going to be January 12th. Right here on my channel. I hope you guys will come and join me. I mentioned a second ago that the new catalog is here. Yay. And also Celebration is going on. If you're not familiar with Celebration, guys, this is where for every $50 you spend, it doesn't all have to be out of this catalog. It could be out of, it could be on our clearance rack. It could be from our main catalog. Anything. For every 50, yes, every 50, you get to choose a celebration item. We have stamp sets and we have designer series paper. And we do even have some items in here that, look at this, if you spend $100, you can get this great big stamp set. And then we have others that will be a $50 purchase and you can get this. But it's every 50 you spend, you get to choose one of the items. Fabulous designer series paper, all kinds of cool stuff. You guys are going to want to take advantage of this. This is just for January and February. And while I'm talking about it, let me just let you know the mini catalog is January through April. That catalog is not going to be around as long as it used to be. It used to go January through June. So if there are things that you want in here, you have until the end of April. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. And let's see, I feel like there was one other thing. Oh, how about the Creative 8 retreat? Hey, the Creative 8 retreat is coming up January 13th and 14th. That's a Friday night and all day Saturday. Lots of you have signed up. I know lots of you, by the way, thank you for all your testimonials saying how much you love the Creative 8 retreat. It really is fun. This is our 12th one. We spend a weekend stamping. It's the Creative 8 team. That's Jackie Bolheis, Brandy Cox, Sharon Armstrong, and myself. We are there with 9 different YouTube lives, written tutorials for our projects. You're going to have 37 tutorials when it's all said and done. Mystery stamp. It's just a weekend just for you. And you know, I think after the crazy holidays, I think we all deserve a weekend set aside just for us. Even if you can't be there that weekend, you can still join because you can watch our pre-recorded videos. If you just want to kind of, no, I just want to get to the stamping, the live isn't your thing, no problem. If you want to join us live, we're going to have YouTube lives that you can watch. And you're going to have these videos forever so you can go back and watch it whenever you want. And of course, you'll have those written tutorials as well. It's great. $45 US. And let me tell you, for 37 tutorials, it's a pretty good deal. So even if you didn't join live, the tutorials alone are worth it. So you can head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Look in the blue menu bar and you're going to see Creative 8 Retreat registration. We would love to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, the projects just keep getting bigger and better. We do fun folds and boxes and unique cards, and it's amazing. It is a fun weekend. Love to have you join us. All right. I have yapped long enough. Thank you for letting me tell you my KitchenAid fail story. Guys, I will be back with you next week. Thank you for giving me a little bit of time off for the holidays. Happy New Year, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye-bye.